Hey peeps, this is Creedmoor with the Bullish Bears. Going to do a little overview of a trade we took today in the Bullish Bears day trade room. This is just one of many trades we tend to take, and this just gives you a little bit of an example of what our thought process is, why we took the trade, and why we did what we did, and why we got out where we got out. Alrighty, so you can see here this was the trade, 2 contracts on ROKU. It was a quick intraday play, and we were playing it off of some key levels. So I'm going to shrink this down a little bit here so you can see this chart a bit better. Let's open that up. Okay, so in our pre-market, we identified a few levels. We saw that ROKU was climbing up here in the morning session, established this lower support level, and then we established right in here 91.50. As people have been trading for a while know, and as new traders will soon learn to know, is that whole and half dollars tend to be soft support and resistance levels, and where typically people tend to take profit zones. So you can suspect those areas to be areas to see prices to either tip or to hold a level and things of that nature. Now the first while here for ROKU was pretty sideways. I mean, even for ROKU, this was pretty sideways action. We were leaning towards some other trades as well, but eventually this worked out into our favor. What we were waiting on is if ROKU was to break this lower support level, then that is what we were going to look to initiate short. You can see I have an orange level here and then a bright red level as the profit target zone. You can see here that orange is at $91. $91. What this would happen here is that it would break a significant support level, both angle and monetarily, at 91. So a break of a significant level allows us to warrant the idea, okay, I'm going to look at this for a 50-cent move down and then take off the position here. If you want to add a little bit more risk, then you can continue to let this play down. But we can see this 91.50 did act as a support and oscillation area before for ROKU on Monday, so that's something to keep in mind. It tested, went up, tested, and then tested again. So that really lets us know that, okay, we're suspecting this to hold as a support level, and if it breaks that support, then we can continue the position. But it did not. In fact, it stayed pretty sideways, and we actually ended up getting in the position. Let me get you an exact time. So about 10:30, 10:32. That brings us right here. So we can see that 91.50 finally price action held this support after testing it multiple times. It broke above that 91.50 and we got a nice acceleration candle right in here. On the base of this next candle right in here, we got into the trade at I think it was $1. Let me look. At $1.98. So we got out at $1.98, and we can see here that our price target areas, the levels we were watching to take profit, were right here at the 92 and the 92.50 area. As for at that point in time, those levels were the most relevant areas that you could suspect and use as a profit target zone. So price action came up, it pulled back just a little bit, and then continued to make its way up. Once we got here to these upper levels, we suspected, okay, this is at 92. We've seen a lot of resistance in this ticker today. Do we want to warrant the time that it's going to take for this to possibly work out to be more profitable, or are we more likely to dip? Well, with how sideways this was in the morning session, and knowing that I was already at my profit taking zone, I rationalized in there that we need to go ahead and take profit now, as the time it could take for this to continue to move is not going to be worth that time value, as you can allocate funds elsewhere. We can see here that it did pop up just a little bit higher. What was that? 92.80. So approximately 30 cent up. A ROKU prints really big candles, really wide candles. Anywho, we got out right there at an option value of $2.10. And you can see that we pretty much top ticked that right in there. Now, I know some people are going to ask, well, this was a big dip. Well, if you look right in here at the options pricing, it's well within an appropriate risk reward area. So that's what we were watching. If you break below this technical level in there, then you need to get out of the position. But if you do not break below the technical level, then you stay in the position. That's why this color code system works very well for what I like to trade. See here, price action up, 208. Came down here, we're approximately 180, and then it made its way back up to 210. So what should have we gotten 220? Would have been a lot nicer. But look at that time that it took for all of this to even get close. The same thing through here. It took, let's see, 11. So from when we sold, so 11 o'clock all the way on to 12, 1, 120, it started to finally break out, and then it pulled its way back down. Just not a lot of extreme volatility. And when you're day trading, intraday trading options, you're wanting that volatility and that quick movement. Well, we weren't really seeing that. So again, we got out of the position, 1 at a price target and 2 on a time aspect. So you can kind of see how all of that thought process goes into placing the trade. And you want to have those general areas marked out before you ever get into the trade. Again, on a technical level, we can see right in here on our TTMs that it made its way up. It started to feather down. We saw the same thing right here. So it just warrants another reason. Okay, time, my technical is starting to turn around. And just keeping a good, consistent value in your strategy and working with the ticker and adapting to the ticker at that point in time. We also looked at some other movements in TWLO, in Target, and in PayPal. All really good tickers today if you're able to capture them. I do suggest you hop over to the Bullish Bears trade room to check out some more live trades we take and a more in-depth view of our technical analysis and how we look at the markets. Alrighty peeps, well this has been Creedmoor with the Bullish Bears on a quick scalp we took in the Bullish Bears day trade room. If you have any question or concern, please send us an email at bbteam@bullishbears.com. And other than that, yeah, that's all that I got. So as always, remember, your trades are in the history. I'll see you around.